Explosive recordings of a racist rant could be the downfall of NBA owner and one of the richest men in LA, Donald Sterling. And tonight, we have exclusive video allegedly of his wife, as claims surfaced that she too may have made racist comments in the past. Here's ABC's Ryan Smith.
Are you a racist, Mr. Sterling?
No, of course not.
She has been one of his only defenders.
Are you a racist?
Forget it. It's not true.
Not true?
No, of course not.
Shelley Sterling, wife of billionaire Donald Sterling, whose rants, caught on tape, shocked America.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people.
And may have cost him the thing he loved the most.
I am banning Mr. Sterling for life.
But today, court documents reveal that Mr. Sterling isn't the only accused racist in the family. This from one of their tenants. Quote, I asked her, would you reduce the rent? And she said, quote, who do you think you are, you black? In court motions for a lawsuit, tenants and employees described Mrs. Sterling as making offensive comments as she entered their apartments. Mrs. Sterling denies the allegation. A property manager said Mrs. Sterling commented that, quote, Hispanic tenants were filthy.
In sworn testimony, it was said that Sterling would say that black people stunk and attracted vermin, that Mexicans just sat around and drank all day. It was old school, visceral, like 19th century sort of racism. It was things that just jumped off the page when you looked at him and said, oh my goodness.
Did you take a picture of this, too? Okay.
And one of those tenants backed that up with what he says is video proof.
And you say you're Miss Shelby from the health department?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Meet Mrs. Sterling in video exclusively obtained by ABC News, allegedly posing as a health inspector to gain illegal access to apartments.
They tried to do everything to get their African American and Latino tenants out of the building.
It all came out on a day when the Clippers were trying to put it all behind them. Out from under the shadow of their controversial owner, the LA Clippers, suddenly the hottest property in pro sports. A glamorous list of big names buzzed about as their next owner. Oprah Winfrey today saying she's, quote, in discussions with music mogul David Geffen and software billionaire Larry Ellison to make a joint bid for the Clippers.
Oprah!
Just yesterday, she said she wasn't interested.
Any chance you'd buy the Clippers?
No, I won't be buying the Clippers, but I hear Magic Johnson might be. Did you hear that?
Magic Johnson denies he wants the team.
Floyd!
But yesterday, championship boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. said he does.
Do we want to buy the Clippers? Yes, we do. We're very, very interested in buying the Clippers.
One potential owner, Mrs. Sterling herself. Just yesterday, the NBA commissioner was supportive.
This ruling applies specifically to Donald Sterling and Donald Sterling's conduct only.
Doc Rivers was also supportive.
She didn't do anything wrong either. And you have compassion for her.
Now, Doc Rivers says he feels bad for her. No. They appear to be cut from the same cloth on this issue.
And you say you're Miss Shelby from the health department?
Yes, sir.
But today's new revelations may change all that.
Once people get a broader idea of how involved she was in Sterling's activities, I see no way possible that she could own the Clippers.
Among those alleged activities, court documents reveal this from Summer Davenport, a former Sterling employee. Quote, the purpose of announcing that Mrs. Sterling was an agent of a government agency was to gain entry into the tenants' units to determine which tenants she would like to evict. But before any sale, 75% of NBA team owners must vote to force disgraced Clippers boss Donald Sterling to sell. Earlier this week, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban raised concerns.
If we're taking something somebody said in their homes and we're trying to turn it into something that leads to you being forced to divest the property in any way, shape, or form, that's not the United States of America.
But yesterday, Cuban tweeted his support of the NBA's decision to ban Sterling. Today, ABC News called all 29 team owners to ask how they would vote. They all told us the NBA asked them to stay silent. Only one of them, Vivek Ranadive of the Sacramento Kings, said he would vote to oust Sterling.
These teams really belong to the fans and to the players. We owners are simply custodians. And so I fully expect that Commissioner Silver will get the support that he seeks.
Today, LeBron James, basketball's biggest star, turned up the pressure on the owners.
No matter how long it takes, no matter how much money it costs,
We need to get him out of there, whoever's associated with him. He doesn't belong in our league.
The NBA hasn't yet announced when the big vote will happen.
So how do you think the owners will vote? Will they vote to kick Donald Sterling out of the league?
No question about it. He's gone. It's a done deal. So we're all anticipating that it'll be, believe it or not, unanimous. Now, all they need is 3/4 of them to vote in favor of boosting him out. But from what we're hearing, we expect 29-0.
Sterling himself has been in seclusion. And V. Stiviano, the woman also heard on that tape, last night had some bizarre comments of her own.
One day I will become president of the United States of America, and I will change the legislation and law.
And at another point, she roller skates away from reporters. I'm Ryan Smith for Nightline in Los Angeles.